What's going on, everyone? I'm just a standard, typical American guy here today to react and learn about Windsor Castle inside the Queen's second royal palace. Now, I did take a look at Buckingham Palace not too long ago, and that was ridiculous enough. That's like a five-star full resort and hotel with all the amenities you could imagine. Now, I realize these places are it's probably not in the Queen's control that she's given all these palaces. It's just something that comes along with being royalty, but I also bet she's not complaining too much about it either. Windsor Castle, the word Windsor sounds familiar. Windsor Castle, not nearly as famous in America as Buckingham Palace. Is there a difference between a palace and a castle? Now that I don't. And there are more important things to worry about right now than that. Windsor. That does the word Windsor mean something? Yes, yes, yes. I knew I'd seen this. It's the reigning royal house. It's Queen Elizabeth II's last name, or what have you, her house, her lineage. Yes, I had learned that and kind of forgotten about it. Sorry, Elizabeth. But Windsor Castle, I am guessing that this is something that just comes along with being royalty, not something that the Windsors personally purchased and own. That'd just be nuts, right? I don't know. Anyway, I could speculate all day long, but let's actually learn, right? Beautiful. My God. Look at this thing. Could you even wrap your mind around owning a castle, a palace? I'm going to call this a castle. Could you even... It would be too much. It would be... It's crazy that some people live like this.
Windsor Castle is a royal residence at Windsor in the English county of Berkshire.
Berkshire? You know, where is Windsor Castle? Because I didn't understand most of the locations he was talking about. Oh, it's in Windsor, England. Hope I'm saying that kind of right. Windsor, 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 England. Where exactly is that in relationship to London? London is like the beacon for me, the starting point. Nothing exists in the UK except for London, in my very, very limited point of view. That's my homing beacon. London? Okay. What are we talking about here? 1 hour away? 24 miles, pretty close. Okay. Zoom out a little bit here. So if if the Queen's going for a Sunday drive to her west, maybe to visit, the Water Oakley or Burnham, she can stop by, her second castle if she feels like. Okay, I'm getting too sarcastic here. Gotta stay on track.
It is notable for its long association with the English and later British royal family, and for its architecture.
Last name. I mean, this is a beautiful castle, just off the bat. There are kind of modern castles, but from what I've seen so far with the two UK palaces castles that I've seen, they have that history look and feel to them. Like, when you think of a castle, you think of these English castles. At least Americans do.
Founded by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, it has since been the home of 39 monarchs.
The home of 39 monarchs. It's almost 1,000 years old. It's just mind-blowing, some of this stuff.
Today, the Queen spends most of her private weekends at the castle.
Ah, see, that's the juicy details I need to know. And Also, if you take a trip to Buckingham Palace and she's not in, you could always just drive out. Is this considered rude to even talk about driving out towards Windsor Castle to try to sneak a peek at the Queen? Because you know it's kind of her favorite spot on the weekend.
Windsor Castle is one of the most famous castles in the world.
Look at this. Look at the... I mean, drone shots just kind of make everything look ridiculously beautiful, but come on. This is absurd. This is gorgeous. I mean, the freshly mowed lawn. It's like a big U shape. Oh, and then a circle at the back there with like a keep, if I'm using that term correctly. Oh my goodness. I'd stay here on the weekends as well. You know, no big deal.
And it's the oldest and largest castle which can boast continuous occupation for over 900 years.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II and the royal family regard Windsor Castle as their home.
Why is it called Windsor Castle? Because that's the... Gosh. Well, if I use my brain for a second... I guess the reigning royal family, the Windsors, have had that house and that lineage intact since this castle was built, I imagine, is why the name of it is Windsor Castle. That would make sense.
Windsor Castle has a checkered history from which it moves from its construction as a wooden motte and bailey castle by William the Conqueror to a massive stone fortress.
Yeah.
The castle, after centuries of alterations, contains about 1,000 rooms and occupies 13 acres of land.
Ridiculous. It's also... This is probably one of the things that makes Americans kind of scoff at the whole royalty idea. Kind of like how when you scoff at celebrities for, you know, owning huge mansions and 10 homes in 10 different states. It's easy for Americans to kind of point at stuff like this and be like, oh, so dumb that one individual or several individuals can just be given multiple palaces and castles. I'm sure many residents of the UK would probably agree that all of this crazy castles and all these perks are excessive for any one family to probably solely own. That's it. But on the other hand, I do understand it's all based around kind of an understanding of this tradition and respect around continuing the rich history of the UK royal family. So at times you just need to not think too deeply about it and try not to. I have to quell my jealousy, in other words, and just admire the castle. Sorry, palace. No, castle.
Despite countless additions and alterations, the outer walls and the central mound of the castle are still in the same position as those of the original castle built by William the Conqueror.
Cool. Man, this the architecture, if you really just get to live here when you want and walk through here, it's just would be so cool. And all the historical artifacts they leave in there. I just want to know, kind of like Buckingham Palace, if we're really logistically talking about living here, is it kind of upgraded to be modernized, you know, with some cool modern stuff? Flat screen TVs built into the walls and a bowling alley in the bottom. You don't want it to just... The historical, beautiful aspect of the rich history would get old once it's actually your home and you're forced to live there. Then you just want it to have like a super cozy modern bed or something. You'd be kind of pissed if you had to sleep in like a 11th century bed for the sake of history.
It was a day's march from the Tower of London and intended to guard the western approaches to the capital of England.
Ah, that's kind of something. Look at this picture. My God. It's a nice, beautiful. This courtyard with the fountain, ridiculous, you know. This makes super penthouse mansion billionaire estates look boring. Stuff like that. Oh. And you also get the perk of if your home is ever attacked by Mongolians or something, you're living in a freaking castle. You can defend it if you maybe purchase a cannon or something. But yeah, pretty beautiful.
Surviving siege warfare to the age of medieval knights and chivalry and
Yeah.
the English Civil War.
Okay.
In 1649, a bill in the English Parliament to demolish Windsor Castle was defeated by just one vote.
What? Why'd they want to do that? I mean, when we're talking about 500, 400 years ago, things like castles are not as precious as they are now. When it's like, oh, this is 1,000-year-old historical monument. There's no thought of destroying it to build something else. But, roll it back a few hundred years, and I could see where everything isn't considered a historical must-save, must-protect thing. They were more concerned about, we're talking about the 15th, 14th century. They're still worried about living day to day and basic comforts. So preserving history when it's only the 15th century is not a priority. So I could see where they would be like, oh, let's knock this down and build another town hall or something, another barracks, or a well, a giant, enormous well.
Windsor Castle has been neglected and declared inhabitable and then transformed into a luxurious royal palace.
Lucky for them.
The castle has survived 2 world wars and was then nearly destroyed by an accidental fire. Is it any wonder that people are fascinated by the magnificent Windsor Castle?
When was this? Oh my... It's legit on fire. How do you even set a stone building on fire? That's a stupid question. There's going to be lots of flammable objects. There's going to be lots of flammable stuff inside. I get it. Don't yell at me. I get it. I know how fire works. But you'd think it'd be at least fire resistant, being made out of brick and stone. Windsor Castle? Fire? Look, Google knows. Google is concerned about this like me. Not that long ago. 30 years ago? Windsor Castle fire. Does it say how? Destroyed 115 rooms? Wow. Wow. What is this? Why does it look like... Why are you standing right there? Get out of there. It's on fire. Huh. Does it say how it started? If I can go back here. Here we go. Where believe that a 1,000-watt spotlight used by renovators ignited a curtain. Wow. That's how it goes, though, huh? You're renovating Windsor Castle, next thing you know, you've set it on fire, and you're probably running for it, trying to not let anyone know that that was your spotlight. My goodness. Imagine being the maintenance guy it's your spotlight that set Windsor Castle. I shouldn't laugh. I hope no one was injured. And I hope nothing, historically relevant. Well, I'm sure things were damaged and destroyed. But I hope as far as setting castles on fire goes, everyone was safe and things turned out okay. But it's kind of funny thinking about the guy whose spotlight, like what he thought, when you're the guy who set Windsor Castle on fire. That'd be a story. Ridiculous. Beautiful. They said how many acres this is. It's enormous, though. This is the thing about this only being owned by one family or a few individuals. They don't even get time to appreciate it all. Probably. They're so busy. They're busy. They're doing stuff. If they come here, they probably run to their bedroom or bathroom. Take a huge stop in the bathroom, in the royal bathroom, go to bed, and then back to work the next day. They don't even get to really appreciate it. yeah, it's such a beautiful location that you'd almost you almost can't help but think maybe it's wasted a little bit on so few people. Whereas if you made it maybe a public kind of landmark, people could come and appreciate. Maybe they can do that. I don't know, but it's coming across to me as more of a private residence of the Windsors. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. And the surrounding area is very cool as well. Where did we say? I only have a 10-second memory. So, Windsor Castle is in Windsor. So are we just calling this the town of Windsor? Something like that? The surrounding area, I mean. I love the design of this with the keep in the middle on top of a little hill. That is very cool, very interesting design. And very practical, you know? This was made to defend this side of London, if I remember correctly. I forget which side. It was the western side, west of London. So it's literally positioned in this U shape to hold off the invading forces. I mean, it's so cool. History is cool. Who knew? This just goes on forever. The landscape. You could build a golf course on this thing. That would... that's where my mind goes. I mean, it looks perfect for it. Sorry. This town, city of Windsor looks incredible with the Windsor Castle in the background. It's kind of propped up on a hill, so I bet it's very visible whenever you're traveling around town. Oh, that's it. Wow. Imagine living there. That would just be a beautiful sight. I'm sure since they see it every day, you know, you kind of get jaded seeing the big, beautiful castle up on the hill with all the elites there living. No, I should stop being so cynical. I just want to be one of them. I want to join them on the top of the castle and look down at the peasants. Go, no. Okay. That was very cool. I had no idea what Windsor Castle was, or that the Queen... Does the Queen have other castles too? Like, it's pretty absurd to have more than one palace or castle. And now I'm just wondering if there's more, because this place, they didn't show the inside very much, but obviously it's absurd. It's so over-the-top cool. Like, imagine getting that, being told that's yours. I don't know. It's hard for me to get over that. But as a landmark, objectively, very beautiful. Yeah, very. I really hadn't. I feel like I've heard of Windsor Castle. That's really a stretch. I don't think most Americans would. They definitely would have nothing in their mind when they thought of it. They might know the name or the name Windsor, or maybe not. You know, we don't tend to know much about stuff. Anyway, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, more content like this around the UK, Britain, themes, culture, landmarks, news, whatever, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.